Y'all know when you say you need 30 minutes, but you only take like 10. That's what happened. Okay, guys, well, here we go. We got us it's a super scary Saturday sleepover book called 30 Chilling Tales, Short and Shivery by Robert. Y'all see the name right now. Okay, for our first story, we're going to throw Oreo Jr. back there so he can get comfortable. First story, the robber's bridegroom. Y'all ready? Sky, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. There was once a miller who had a beautiful daughter. He was a hard worker, so his business prospered and he grew wealthy. Period. Make that money, sir. Make that money. A widower, he gave his only daughter fine dresses and shoes with silver buckles. Yes. For himself, he brought a splendid cloak, a broad brimmed hat with a huge ostrich feather, and a gold ring with a picture of his mill engraved on it, because this had brought him his riches. One night, however, robbers broke into the mill and stole his hat, cloak, and ring, and all the gold he had saved up. Let's pause for a second. Damn, y'all just gonna why y'all gotta take the man hat and cloak though? Just take the gold. Like, dang, you gotta take them of everything.
Yeah, that's a little messed up.
Y'all grimy. These robbers grimy. Okay, but let's get back to this story. Sorry, I had to break the fourth wall on this one. Then the old man. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Then the old man said to his daughter, "You must marry soon, because I can't afford this no more." No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that. I can't afford it, but he did say you must marry soon. The world is full of wicked men, and you should have a husband to protect you. But he must be a wealthy man because you deserve the fine things I can no longer buy for you. So basically, sir, you saying she need a protector and a provider, which is that not what the men are?
Yeah, little.
Hmm.
Just interesting. It says, "Oh, you got to find a man because the world's full of
Wicked men.
wicked and scary men."
So find one so he can protect you from the other wicked men. Period, daddy. Get her. Get her where she needs to be.
Okay.
I don't care if the man is rich or poor,
What?
said the girl, Elsa. As long as I love him and he loves me.
Oh, jeez.
Tut, the father said impatiently. The daddy ain't trying to hear this. Daddy, like, girl, shut up. Listen to what I said. If the right kind of bridegroom comes along and asks for your hand, I'll let him marry you. He can be wicked. He could be gutter, but he just needs to be rich.
Okay.
Soon enough, a suitor turned up who was dressed in the finest clothes, with boots with silver toes and tops, and rode a grand horse with a bridle trimmed and go, okay, he got money. Hey, he got that money. I have seen your daughter when she walks to the village, said the stranger, and I want her to be my wife. The miller was dazzled by the man's garments and his horse's trappings, so he said, "She will be your wife." Sir, you ain't. Well, pause again. Pause for the cause. Got to pause for the cause. Flag on the play. Sir, you ain't looking to this man background or nothing. You just saw he had a nice horse and some nice clothes, and you said, "Girl, that's your husband right there." Boom. He saw you walking, even though that's kind of creepy. He saw you walking, and he liked what he saw. Hmm. How y'all think this gonna end? Put it in the comment section. But Elsa didn't love him as a bride to be ought to love her future bridegroom. She didn't trust him. Neither do I. And whenever she looked at him or thought about him, a shudder ran through her. She like, oh. The stranger came often to the miller's house. Finally, he said to Elsa, "You are engaged to me, and yet you have never been to see me." Sir, she don't like you. How about that? I don't even know where your house is, the young woman answered. feeling a sudden chill in her heart. The suitor said, "My house is in the depths of the forest." "Then I could never find my way there," Elsa said. "Nonsense," said the stranger. "Next Sunday, you must come and see me. I have already invited some guests to the house who are eager to meet you." "Okay, girl. So that you can find the way, I'll leave a trail of ashes to guide you." Elsa started to protest, but her father said, "Tut!" Then the richly dressed stranger said, he then to the richly dressed stranger, he said, "She will be there. I will see to it. Sir, you better get me on a horse and you better take me and make sure whoever these guests are aren't some weirdos, daddy." You know, that's what I would have said, but who am I? When Saturday came, the girl was about to start out because the bridegroom had told her the journey would take a day and a night on foot. She felt terribly frightened, though she did not know why. To be sure of finding her way back, she filled her pockets with dried peas and beans to mark her path. At the entrance to the forest, she found the trail of ashes like a thin gray thread and followed it deep into the dark woods. Let me pause for the cause real quick. I know I do this often, but thoughts be running through my mind. I got ADHD. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the thought I'm thinking. Who else out there would have not went? I would have felt like I would have went to a inn. I would have found somebody else's house to go to. I would have went somewhere else, to the market, to the fair, wherever, and just told my daddy I went. And let that man come and say, "Oh, you didn't come. I ain't see no ashes. It was windy yesterday." Like, who else would have went? Who else would have just been like, would not have went? Because it would have been me. I wouldn't have went. But that's just me. But back to the story, y'all. Back to the story here. She walked nearly the whole day and night, all the way into the heart of the forest. In the morning, which was almost as gloomy as midnight, she saw a house set by itself in a small clearing. It was so dark and dismal that she feared going any closer. But the trail of ashes led right to the front door, so she went up. Elsa knocked softly several times, but no one answered. She went in. She saw nobody. There was a silence over all the rooms. Suddenly, a cry came out. "Turn back, young woman! Run away! You come to a robber's house this day."
Oh, no.
Period, they rappers. She looked up and saw the voice had come from a bird in a cage that hung in the window. Once more, it warned her. "Turn back, young woman! Run away! You've come to a robber's house this day." She was about to turn and run when she heard someone singing in a sweet, clear voice deep in the house. The voice was so gentle and sad that Elsa had to see who was singing. It's probably Luther Vandross.
Oh, wow.
Could be. We don't know. She followed the sound from room to room, all over the house, but they were all empty. At last, she reached the cellar door. Descending the steep and narrow steps, she found an old blind woman who was sitting in a corner, shaking her head sadly while she sang mournfully to herself. "Who are you?" said Elsa. "I keep this unhappy home," explained the blind woman. "But what are you with such a young kind voice doing here?" Let me show you all this lady. This poor lady just down there. She got her little stick. She's like, "Oh my God, help me. Help me, please. Help me, please." "I'm to marry the master of the house," said Elsa. "Alas, you poor child. You have no idea where you are. You are in a den of thieves and unalivers. Years ago, I was brought here with the promise of marriage. Instead, the villain blinded me so I could not run away, and has made me work harder than the most wretched slave, and wouldn't let me go to Sephora and get my skin moisturizing treatment. That's why I look so old."
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Don't skip out on y'all moisturizer. Okay, but let's get back to this story. Now that I've grown weary and unable to walk as I once did, he has brought you here. He will drive me into the woods to unalive, and he will blind you and make you take my place. So, girl, in like 5 years, this what you gonna turn into? Cause he ain't letting you go to Sephora and get no moisturizer. Come with me, urged Elsa. We'll run away together. But as she was guiding the older woman towards the steps, she heard the sound of rough voices above. When Elsa recognized her bridegroom's voice, her heart sank. But the old woman said, hide behind those chests in the corner and be as quiet as a mouse. Don't move or everything is lost. Tonight, when the robbers are asleep, I'll fetch you. Then we can escape together. Hardly had Elsa hidden behind a metal bound chest when the chief robber came to the head of the steps and bellowed, come up and fix us dinner or you'll regret it. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. My bride hasn't come, and I'm in a rare bad temper. In the morning, I will ride to demand my bride and have no more of these games because I'm dusty and stupid. Mm-hmm. Her father is a greedy and foolish man. He will hand her over, and it's going to be harder for her than she can imagine, since she won't be able to go to Sephora and get no moisturizer, and she gonna look older than you look right now. Well, he didn't say that, but since she has disobeyed me, now hurry and set out some food and drink. All through the afternoon and evening, Elsa listened to the roaring and stamping and laughter as the men grew drunk and began to argue amongst themselves. Hidden behind the chest, she trembled and shivered. Girl, what you worried about the people drunk? Dreading her fate if she was discovered. Now, one chest that was near her hand was practically open. She could see gold gleaming faintly in what little light fell down through the open door cellar. Carefully, Elsa lifted out several coins. Girl, I would have took the whole thing, the whole chest. I don't know how I would have carried it, but baby, I would have figured it out. A belt buckle and a brooch, all of the finest gold. Then, reaching in more deeply, she discovered a massive gold ring with the picture of her father's meal engraved on it. So these the fools that then took your daddy's money, child, and made him poor and made him say you got to marry him. That man might be right. Your daddy is kind of stupid. Anyway, she knew in a moment that these robbers were the ones who had stolen all of their gold months before. Keeping quiet, she dropped the ring in her skirt pocket. Then she waited while the sounds above continued, though it was growing later and later. She began to fear the robbers would go on crashing about until morning and the old woman's plans would fail. Upstairs, however, the blind woman was putting sleeping potion in the thieves' wives' period, sis. Put some Benadryl in it. Soon, one by one, they laid down and went to sleep, snoring loudly. When they were all asleep, the housekeeper came down to Elsa. Come, quickly, we must hurry. Let's get to Sephora. Give me some moisturizer. Stop this agent. No, I'm kidding. The girl hastily came out from behind the chest and climbed the stairs. She had to step over the sleepers who lay in rows upon the floor. She was dreadfully afraid of touching them for fear one would wake up, but she got through without mishap. The other woman was waiting by the open door. Elsa took her hand and they hurried away as quickly as they could from the robber's den. All the ashes had been blown away by the wind, but the peas and beans, being heavier, remained to show them their way in the moonlight. Girl, you could have just told them people that the ashes blew away. Like, how would they have known? How would they have known? They walked the whole night and reached the mill the next afternoon. There, Elsa told her father everything she had been through she had and the plan she had for trapping the wicked thief. Then the father hastened to the village to invite all his friends and relation to a feast, while Elsa and the blind woman set out tables and cooked every bit of food in the house. Mhm. When the robber and his men rolled up to claim, he brought his friends. And his men rolled up to claim Elsa. The miller welcomed them with a great show of friendship. My daughter will go away with you this day, he said. But first, share a meal with us in honor of my daughter's wedding. The robbers, who had awakened to find their housekeeper gone, had been forced to to cook breakfast for themselves.
Oh no.
Y'all don't know how to cook for, like, y'all some grown men who don't know how to cook for y'all. This is just a lot. Shared a meal for themselves, were only too glad to sit down and enjoy themselves. During the meal, the miller asked each person to tell a story to entertain the other guests. When it came Elsa's turn, she was silent. But her bridegroom said, "Come, my sweet, you must tell us a story too. I won't have people thinking my wife is a dull wit." "Very well," the girl said. "I will tell you a dream I have had. In it, I was walking along alone in a gloomy woods, and I came to a solitary house where not a soul was to be seen. A cage was hanging in the window of one of the rooms. In it was a bird which cried, 'Turn back, young woman, run away. You come to a robber's house this day.' It repeated the same words twice. 'I don't think I care too much for this story,' grumbled the bridegroom. I don't like, shut up. And listen, you don't want no wife who's dumb, do you? Shut up." But that's not what she said. This is what she said. "This was only a dream, my love," protested Elsa. She a lot smoother than me. Then she continued, "I heard someone singing a sweet song, so I walked all through the rooms, but they were empty. At last, I went down to the cellar where I found a blind woman singing to herself. When I told her I had come to marry the master of the house, she cried, 'Alas, you poor child, you are in a den of thieves and unalivers.' Then she told me how he planned to blind me, never take me to Sephora for no moisturizer, and make me a slave in her place."
Oh.
"Be quiet. I've had enough of this foolishness," shouted the bridegroom, raising in his seat. "This is only a dream, my love," Elsa said. Then she went on quickly. "The robbers returned at that moment, so the old woman hid me behind some chests in the cellar. While they were making merry upstairs, I looked in one of the chests and discovered—" "Silence!" bellowed the bridegroom, drawing his dagger to threaten the girl.
Okay.
"So you just gonna pull your knife out? You just gonna pull your knife out? You told me to tell a story and you don't like it, so you go, what is this? Is this Arabian Nights? Are we back in that? In that again? What is this?" But she bravely finished. "I discovered a gold ring with a picture of this mill on it. The ring that belonged to my father and was stolen by the robbers months ago. And here's that ring." So saying, Elsa produced the ring and showed it to the company. When the bridegroom heard the words, he turned pale as ashes and tried to escape, his men with him. But the guests seized them all and turned them over to the king's soldiers, who took them away and had them hanged for their crimes. The end.
No.
And they all lived happily ever after, because sis got to go to Sephora and get her skin together. Then she has to go get some cosmetic surgery. I'm talking about the blind lady. But she do look young and good now, so period. That's it. And as you guys know how these things end, You guys, what stood out to you or what did you learn? You guys put it in the comment section. Scott, you get to tell it to these good people. What did you learn or what stood out to you in this story?
I just say, if you're a character in any of these stories, just don't go to the house that's out in the middle of the woods.
Just don't go out to people's house, period, because anything can happen. I'm talking about if you on a date, like just don't be showing up to don't be going to random people's houses, period. Like real life or fairy tales. Don't do it. Period. You want to know what stood out to me, y'all? Gaslighting and love bombing. I feel like this man showed up similar to like how today some people show up with a nice car, just bomb outfit, and they hood rich. Y'all ever heard that song, Hood Rich? Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suit. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. I feel like that's what old boy did to her. He was hood rich. He showed up looking good, but really he was not what he showed himself to be. So y'all be careful of gaslighting. Follow your gut. You see how she kept having shivers and she was like, "Oh my God, this man is a mess. None of this seems right." And she was right. So when y'all out there, take your time, get to know people. Don't let them love bomb you. I've been love bombed several times myself. Don't let them love bomb you. Take your time and see who they are, who their character is really, not what their external look looks like. So I think that was the point of this story. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Put it in the comment section. Did you have anything else, Scott?
I do not.
This was scary because that one woman couldn't even go to Sephora and get no moisturizer. That's what made it scary for me. I don't know about y'all, but crazy work. Okay, well, with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. We're gonna end this. We'll be back tomorrow for some Sunday Fun Day School, and we gonna push through. It might be long, but we're gonna finish this book. I think y'all will like the end of it. Anyway, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. So with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. Hopefully you guys had fun hanging out with us. We definitely, as always, had fun hanging out with you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, check out some other videos, live shorts, all that good stuff. Make yourself at home on this channel. So from wherever we are, even in the woods, following some ashes to some loser's house who love bombed us, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, happiness, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, y'all. Bye.
Bye.